On May 10, 2025, South Asia erupted as Pakistan launched Operation Qayamat, a massive military strike in response to India's Operation Sindoor. Pakistan's goal: cripple India's air power and command centers before India could retaliate. Pre-dawn, missiles and drone swarms hammered key Indian Air Force bases like Pathankot and Hindon, aiming to ground jets and sow chaos. This was no border skirmish. It was a bold, multi-pronged assault, signaling a dangerous escalation. For the first time since 1999, both nations clashed with advanced weaponry, heavy artillery and cyber warfare, all at once. The world watched in alarm as two nuclear-armed rivals unleashed 21 century combat across air, land, and cyberspace. The coordinated attacks marked a new, perilous chapter in India-Pakistan relations. The region teetered on the edge of all-out war. The stakes had never been higher. As dawn broke, the conflict exploded across every domain. Pakistani hackers crippled India's power grids, banking and railways, plunging cities into chaos. Indian jets scrambled from surviving airfields, launching counterstrikes on Pakistani airbases like Sargodha and Kamra. Dogfights erupted over the border, with both sides claiming aerial victories. Along the line of control, relentless artillery duels forced thousands to flee as villages became war zones. The hybrid war blurred lines, cyber attacks disrupted hospitals and communications, while artillery and airstrikes devastated lives on the ground. Civilians faced blackouts, panic, and destruction. The battlefield was everywhere, in the skies, on the ground, and in the digital realm. This was the multi-domain conflict strategists had long feared. The world braced for the unthinkable. The crisis deepened by the hour. Civilians bore the brunt. Families fled under fire, cities went dark, and hospitals overflowed. In just 24 hours, casualties soared past 500, with chaos spreading through social media and misinformation. The world's alarm grew. Washington and Beijing urgently called for restraint, fearing nuclear escalation. The United Nations and global leaders demanded an immediate ceasefire. After 48 hours of intense fighting, international pressure forced both sides to halt. Relief swept the globe, but the ceasefire was fragile. Sporadic clashes continued along the border. The anger and mistrust remained, even as the guns fell mostly silent. The scars, physical and psychological, ran deep. The world wondered how long would this uneasy peace last. The region held its breath. In the aftermath, satellite images revealed shattered airbases and scarred landscapes. Economic shockwaves hit Mumbai and Karachi. Trade froze, and recovery looked daunting. Both nations blamed each other, deepening distrust and complicating any hope for peace. The brief war left lasting trauma and heightened fears of another, even deadlier conflict. The May 10th crisis was a wake-up call, showing how fast regional disputes can spiral in the age of drones and cyber war. Military planners worldwide took note: future wars may have no front lines and civilian life is always at risk. Was this the final warning, or just a rehearsal for something worse? The fragile peace now rests on a knife's edge, with the world watching anxiously.